Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Last time on What If Deku was Harley QUINN'S son. Izuku was born. Mm, In the hospital that Harleen was giving birth to Izuku, it was attacked by Dollhouse, Dollmaker's daughter. As he's been as he was raised by that psychopathic, that serial killer family. As he grew up, eating, human meat and being a cannibal. Now, I'm not. I'm a short pause. I'm not making this into a camel because I want to. I mean, why not? Might as well. But in in the comics, that family they're known to be cannibals in the Gotham mythos. The lore. Now, I follow DC a lot more closely than I follow Marvel, so I know a little more stuff about DC than I do Marvel. But let's continue on. As he was trained by Dollhouse, as that everything her father taught her, she taught Izuku. As she trained him how her father trained her, as she was forced to watch her father kill a lot of people in front of her when she was a child. So she did the same to Izuku. As Izuku finally came to face with Batman, as he eventually tosses him outside of the he tossed him outside of the building. That's when Catwoman intervened from stopping Izuku from killing Batman. As that as that gave, Izuku's attention towards her. So Batman used his diversion to lift up his mask a little bit to give out the knockout gas. Knockout gas works fine on him, but anything chemical wise, it's a no go. He's immune to all chemicals because of his parents. He might not have bleached skin, but he has all the positives by being related to Harley Quinn and the Joker, as they are his parents. Annoying, he still thinks Dollhouse is his mother. Yuki was finally taken down on his way to Arkham Asylum, as he was injecting something to knock him out. As he woke up in a white room, and unfortunately, came to realize that he's going to have to force to play ball for now. As Waller welcomed him to the Suicide Squad. So we cut to one of the meeting halls as the Suicide Squad, Deadshot, Harleen, Ivy, Killer Frost, and King Shark. As Waller comes in. Good, you're all here. You're having a new recruit. As Deadshot, you serious? A greenhorn? She pressed the button as several pictures of Izuku with his mask on. His name is unknown. His name unknown. Age unknown. But he's had he has a very big kill count. He has been going around killing people. He has some sort of affiliation doll maker. Him and he has some affiliation with the doll maker family. Has a quirk. It hasn't been registered, but he's able to morph his hands into some sort of black metal. As when he fully forms his hands into his cork, as she saw pictures of Izuku with his metal claws out. He's very nimble and fast. I'm still not convinced. As Deadshot's mindset on, he hasn't seen the kid work, so he doesn't trust his skills. As Hardline, once she heard Dollmaker, as she listens as she listens quietly, she has some suspicions who this guy is, but she wants to make sure. Are we sure we can trust him? That family is known to be cannibals. Don't worry. Don't worry, Killer Frost. We've had a little device planted in his skin, back of his head. Any tampering with it, it will explode. And I have the trigger, like. As hardly think back on the when she first was forced to join the Suicide Squad, the bomb's planted in her neck. As Izuku's is planted above his skull, underneath some skin. Waller is unaware of Izuku's his regeneration. That's very a unknown factor that Waller has no idea of. Don't worry, we'll be you'll see what he's capable of soon enough once he gets here. As everyone looks over, as they see Grim walk in. Everyone, this is Grim. As Grim puts his hand behind his back as he has his other arm stretch across his waist as he gives a bow, a gesture as a bow. The whole quietness gives him a very disturbing feel to him. He rarely talks. As Izuku walks up to with the rest of them, as he stands by King Shark. As even King Shark is, kind of disturbed a little bit by his presence. You're a new recruit. I have a one-man mission for you, Grim. As she pressed the button, as a picture of Riddler, as she has piggyback off his surveillance in his base. What is the mission, ma'am? This is a kill order. You're to infiltrate his base and eliminate the threat. I have two objections. Kill Igma and rescue two of the hostages that Riddler has kept in his little game with the Batman. As Izuku heads tilt. Understood, ma'am. I owe the Batman a favor. As Waller's just doing this out of respect towards Batman, because she has great respect for Batman, so Waller made it clear that those two must not be harmed. Even though one of them, whatever. Well, we'll get into that as these hostages are pretty close to the Batman, to Bruce. We have a direct, as you know, we have a line to a way to get into to his cameras. So we will be watching your performance the whole way. So don't try anything cute, Grim, or you know what happens. Understood, ma'am. He's about to walk past Waller as he stops. as he tells her something without even looking at her. You might have my leash now, but when I'm free, I'm going to kill you. As he walks past, as Izuku gets directed towards the vehicle, as Izuku goes into the operation, where the operation, the starting point for the operation to begin. Or drops him off a couple blocks away from Igma's base, the Riddler's little base. As you have Izuku standing in front of the building, as he walks through, as immediately when two guards come out of the base, as Izuku cuts their heads off in a split second, as their heads starts rolling down on the ground. As it just shows, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see him move. Impressive. As he waves his hands to get the blood off as it scatters over the wall. As his hands, morph back into his normal state as he walks through the door. As immediately, when the Riddler's groanies sees Grim as they open fire. As Grim just reflects the bullets as he walks calmly towards them with his claws. As all the men see Izuku gesture his fingers back and forth, gesture saying, "No, no, no, no." As immediately he disappears, as he appears in front of two of the men and grabs them by the throat, lifts them up and throws them against the wall. The third guy was about to stab him with a knife as Grim grabs onto his wrist, he throws him onto the ground. As he has the blade, he stabs the man in the head. As he pulls out the blade, as he throws it to the guy that he knocked over against the wall, killing him. As he stomps on the other one's throat, breaking his neck. As Izuku gets up, as he continues on to slaughter everyone in their path. Izuku gets into a bigger room as he sees two people chained up upside down in a oversized pit that has grinds that if they fell, they would be grinded down into mush. As a monitor pops up, it's Riddler. Who the hell are you? You ruin everything. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be Batman. You're ruining my game. You're ruining my game. Izuku tilts his head as he sees a familiar face, as it's Catwoman. As he sees a woman right next to him, it's similar to Batman, as it's Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. As Izuku gets into a bow gesture. My apologies, Mr. Igma, for ruining your little fun here, but I'm on strict orders. I'll be seeing you real soon, Riddler. As Grim shuts off the machine, as he closes the blast door from the opening of the machine, as he sees, Catwoman. As he finds this quite amusing, as the main reason he was defeated so fast was because of Catwoman. As he ponders the idea of this killing her on the spot. Nope, gotta follow orders. As Catwoman thinks that he's going to kill her, as Izuku chops him down. Catches Batgirl as he sets her down nicely on the ground. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in Arkham? Can't allow you to kill the Riddler. As Batgirl stands in front of, well, Uh, pretty sick Izuku, as his head tilts. Intriguing, but my orders still stand. He needs to die. But I'm not unreasonable. So let's make a game out of this. If you could get to Igma and subdue him before I get there, then I won't kill him. But if I get there first, let's just say he won't have a. Let's say he won't like it very much. I'll give you 15 minutes. As Catwoman and Batgirl run off, as Izuku waits the 15 minutes as he keeps continually forward. As, sorry, the Riddler's goonies are giving Catwoman and Batgirl a hard time. As that leaves a clear pathway for Izuku for his confrontation between Igma and himself. As Igma could hear footsteps outside of the main door, as he hears something dragging across the wall like a scraping noise. As he sees the door becomes chopped up to little pieces, as he sees Izuku there, standing there. I apologize for my tardiness, Mr. Igma, but I was occupied with your hostages. I released them, of course. I'm under orders, after all. Mrs. Waller sends her regards. Try to make this as painless as possible, Mr. Igma. After all, I'm no monster. As his hands morph into his claws right in front of Igma's eyes. I also forgot, Katana is the part of the group. She's from the, I know she was in the movie. So I don't know if she was literally in the Suicide Squad and in the comic books. I think she was, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, Katana is she's in this, so I just want to give you guys, a hint. I forgot to mention her. As Igma pressed the button on his desk, as the two opposite doors of Izuku comes piling, well, they open up. As several guards, several of his men. Just don't stand there, idiots. Kill him. Have Izuku dodging around with incredible speed. As he does a backflip, as he does a backflip, as he jumps onto the wall, as he's reflecting bullets while running on the wall. As he lunges at one of the men. As all they see is Izuku right behind the man. As his arms fall off, as the man starts screaming, as Izuku chops his head off, catches his head, as he drops it, as he lunges forward, as he starts slaughtering Riddler's men one after another, as blood starts gooing out of their wounds, as the room is covered in blood, as you have Izuku. Wait! If you want money, I have lots of it. Tell me what you need. I get it to you to spare my life. Unfortunately, Mr. Igma, I can't do that. You're going to die. I normally would like to spend more time with my victims, but new boss, new set of rules. You know this is not personal. This is strictly business. As Igma grabs the gun, he starts firing at Graham as he's just calmly walking towards him. As he's swiping the bullets away with his claws. You're gonna have to do a lot harder than that, Igma. As he starts firing over, as the gun starts clicking, as it's empty. As he throws it at Izuku, as Izuku chops it in half. As he continues to walk over him, as he grabs his Riddler staff or cane, whatever you like to call it, as he begins charging at Izuku. As Izuku says, he has his hands behind his back, as he says, dodging it with no effort. As he's as immediately when Riddler was but to swing downwards, as Izuku chops the staff in half, as he rips it out of his hands and throws it across the room, as it shoots into the wall, as the staff is implanted into the wall from Izuku's superior strength. The Riddler grabs onto his stomach, while Izuku slash a good wound off him, as blood splatter from the ground, as he stumbles on his behind, as he's crawling backwards, trying to get away from Izuku, as he's pinned to the wall, as Izuku throws the desk across the room, hitting the wall. As he's about to get the killing blow, piercing his chest, as his fists, his claws stop moving, as he sees a familiar whip stopping him from killing Igma. As he looks at the whip, what's around his wrist, as he looks up, you can't save him. No one can. As with his opposite hand, as he points one finger at the man, as his claw starts to extend, as it shoots, strictly piercing the Igma's heart. As the claw goes back to the normal size, as Igma falls dead to the ground, as Batman rushes through, as he sees Izuku. You! How did you get out of Arkham? As Izuku completely ignored Batman. Ma'am, it's taken care of. Orders? The Bat's here with his little friends. Stand down, Agent Grimm. I'm on my way. Batman's trying to get answers out of Izuku. Immediately, the door comes piling open with several of Waller's people, as they point at Batman. Stand down, people. Batman. He's one of mine. Have you done... You can't honestly... Don't tell me you recruited him with your little suicide squad. Exactly. He's technically a government agent, so you have no jurisdiction to book him with anything. It's time to go, Grimm. Understood, ma'am. Batman, Miss Catwoman, and new Batgirl, I guess. As he's like, I don't know what to call you. I haven't got your name. It's Batgirl. Well, it's nice to meet you, Batgirl. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. You must excuse me. I have to return home. And Catwoman, let's not make this a third attempt. Because if you get in my way again, I'll kill you. As Izuku walks off with Waller. As Batman's like, you can't trust that one. Anyone that has any involvement with the dollhouse, you can't trust. He's a rabid animal. You might have his leash now, Waller, but the moment that you no longer have a hold on him, he's going to kill him. He's going to turn on you. I highly doubt that, Batman. I took precautions. Until we meet again. Keep up the good work. Everyone watched the whole ordeal. As well, they're happy with the results. Even Deadshot is satisfied with Izuku's performance. a little too flashy for his taste, but he understands the kid has his own way of doing things. As Izuku finally gets back to the base. Eswar, do you have any other objections? No, we're satisfied. Good. Now let's get to the main point why I gathered you all here today. There is a unknown organization trying to establish themselves in Gotham. They've already established themselves in Metropolis. In Metropolis. Totally butchered that, but Metropolis. Yeah, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm not worried about it right. I'm not worried about that right now, but you pretty much get what I'm saying. I want these people eradicated. They must not survive. We can't allow this group. We're unsure of their affiliation in their name, but they're trying to get a foothold in Gotham. We can't allow that. We already have enough psychopaths already in Gotham already. We don't need a newcomer stirring up the pot. What are we expecting to face, Waller? As Deadshot, gets serious. We don't know. Every time we send some of our people in to investigate, they turn up dead. Or missing. This organization, what we could figure out, is they're based in Japan. We're unsure of who's their key figures. Especially, we don't know who the leader of this group is. They have several bases in Gotham. You're going to have to split up for this operation. I'll leave the teams up to you, Deadshot. Do not disappoint me. As long as you're paying me, I don't care. Waller. Waller looks at Harley. Don't worry, Harley. I'll give you what I promised. Good. Everyone noticed that Harlene's not her cheerful self. She's a bit more serious right now because Waller promised her that she'll give the location to her son. She full knows well who Izuku's real parents are. She knows full well that this kid, Graham is Harley's son. Harley has a suspicion that Izuku, this Graham is her son, but she's not totally sure. She wants concrete proof before she starts acting on her emotions. Ivy walks over as he whispers something in Deadshot's ear. Very well. I don't really care either way. As Deadshot sets the team ups, or the assault teams, as they have to separate and hit several bases all at once. As Izuku was paired off with Ivy and Harleen to take out one of the bases, as the rest of them go take the other ones out. Harleen, walks over to Graham. So you're the new kid. Name's Harleen. This is my best friend, Ivy. We're gonna have some fun. Pleasure to meet you, Miss Harleen and Miss Ivy. I'm under your care. How old are you, by the way, Grim? That's a secret. Very well. No fun. As Harleen, pouts. She's back in her playful mood. She's just teasing the kid. As we're gonna stop it there. Yeah, it's a good spot to leave it off. The next part I'll work on, we'll do the whole little League of Villain attack that they're gonna plan through. We'll see how that goes. I'll catch you guys in the next video.